everybody. Welcome to Pro World Live. I'm Danielle from Pro World.
It's me behind the camera.
And we are here ready to sublimate some garden flags with you. It's a brand new product that we just got in, and I have mine right here. If you've been watching, you know how much I love flamingos. So I printed this up and have another sample as well. But like always, chime in, let us know where you're tuning in from, and we will give you a few shout outs as we get you guys rolling in.
All right. We got West Virginia is in the house. Kentucky, Patty just got her garden flags in today.
Oh, I love that, Patty.
Or Ontario, Canada is checking in. Missouri is checking in, and we'll have plenty more. Like I said, we'll have plenty more coming up.
I like how they're already kind of, because I literally just said that, but
yeah,
they're already doing it before I even say it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for tuning in today. And Patty, I'm sure just like you, I have absolutely loved these garden flags. I could not wait for us to get them in inventory. We have two really great options for you. We have a double-sided one, which this one's here. And we also have just a single-sided, which is this one. This one's slightly wider than the double-sided one. And I think the double-sided one is slightly longer. So, you know, you've got some options. Let me put that back here. We also have the garden flagpoles as well. So, we're gonna show you how to print one of them or two of them or however many we feel like today. And do you have any more shout outs before I hop in?
Yeah, you kind of cut me off there.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. We have El Paso, Texas in the house. South Bend, Indiana is in the house. Williamstown's in the house. Virginia. Sunny, Erie, PA is in the house. South Carolina is in the house. Ohio, Richmond, Virginia. Jersey's here. Louisiana's here. California's here. Lafayette, Georgia's here. Hartford, Connecticut. New Paris, Indiana is in the house.
Wow, so
Texas
many.
is in the house. And Clovis, California is in the house.
All right. So when we send you your garden flag, it will come already wrapped for you in plastic. So this is a great way also to resell it back, put it right back in the plastic for you. And your garden flag, these are all sold separately. Your garden flag will come in your three pieces that you put together. All right, so let's go ahead and get a garden flag printed. We'll go ahead and print this one. This is the Hello Summer. Yeah, we'll reprint this one for you so you can kind of see how I did it. So I am working with an SG400, and as you know, the SG400s can only print your 8.5 by 14 sheets, your legal size paper. So what I had to do is print it in two parts, and I'm gonna kind of not join them together, but cut out the one and then cut out the second. So we'll be applying it in two separate applications. Your garden flags are about 18 inches long. So I'm only working with a 15 by 15. So I have to accommodate for the size of my press and the size of the flag and what I'm printing to make sure that I'm gonna get it printed and look nice so that way nothing shifts or moves around. All right, so let's go ahead. This one is the single-sided, and you can tell by the front side versus the back side. Your back side has a very obvious kind of seam that sticks up. So you can really feel this seam. So that's the back. And so this will be the front. Your double-sided one does not have that seam. All right. So we're going to work with, you need your sublimation printer, your garden flag, tape, a nonstick sheet, and a heat press. And let's go ahead and get this first one on here. So what I'm doing here, since I'm comparing what I have printed on both sheets, I'm going to cut off this partial summer, and then I'm going to attach this to my flag. Now, if you are really good with lining up your sublimation, you don't have to follow this step. You can absolutely do it, whatever way suits your needs. I find it's just it's a little bit time consuming to line it up perfect and make sure it prints accurate. And you want to make sure your overlapping edge is not too great, because then you'll see it. But if you are really good with that and have kind of mastered that technique, then you can absolutely do that here as well instead of doing it in 2 parts. Okay, let me just make sure I am where I need to be.
All right, while she's lining up, I got some more shout outs here. We got Philadelphia, California's in the house again. Norfolk, Virginia checking in. California again. Oh, Long Beach, California. A lot of California in the house today.
Yes.
That weather out there must be really nice.
Okay, so that looks good to me, and I'm going to place it right on my heat press. Cover with my nonstick sheet here, and I'm just gonna get that part to kind of just go off my heat press, because it's not as smooth as your double-sided one, but this one has a little bit of a bump, so we'll just knock that off the heat press. We're all covered up, and let's close and lock. I'm at 400 degrees, and you can be anywhere from 45 to 55 seconds. I'm right about the 50 mark. So that way I can make sure that it prints accurately for me. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and prep my second sheet.
All right. Hey, first time watcher from Newark, New Jersey. Welcome.
Hello.
We got Illinois in the house. Wilmington is in the house checking in. These flags would be good for doing like a wedding, kind of like a wedding design. So you hang it outside for the weddings when they do their photos and stuff. What's
also really good? Graduations.
Yes.
To kind of put the graduate, or, just to kind of promote any sort of event that you have going on. The flag itself is not that expensive, but you can definitely, resell for much more. So kind of think of that option.
Yeah. Now I noticed that you had it sideways. Why is that?
I just put it sideways because I wanted to hang this off, and I didn't want to have to deal with it going this way, but there's really no other reason as to how I put it sideways.
Okay, great.
Or why I put it sideways.
All right. Natasha, Becky, Trish, first time watchers. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for joining.
Okay, and then this one you're just gonna kind of place it where you think it looks good. And for this, I'm just kind of lining up the hello and the summer. That's really my only requirement for these. I'm just going to tape it off, and then we'll put it under the heat press for another 50 seconds.
Sounds simple and easy enough.
I just love how they look. I think they look really nice when they're all done.
All right, question. Do you not use blowout paper with these?
I don't, because I cover with a nonstick sheet. I mean, you absolutely could use blowout paper, so it's really just your own comfort. I use a nonstick sheet on top. I don't put anything on the bottom, but everybody has their own thing, their own way of doing things. You can put parchment or blowout sheet on the bottom. You can put your sublimation item and then a blowout sheet on top instead of the nonstick sheet. Whatever kind of technique you find works for you, that's what I would suggest doing. But whether it's blowout paper or nonstick sheet, you'd be fine with either one.
Okay. Can you use, or can you only do sublimation on these flags, or can you do whatever?
They're just a polyester material, so you could put vinyl on here. I don't see why that would be a problem. I haven't tested it, but any kind of fabric, I don't see why you have an issue with that.
Okay. Hey, Savannah, Georgia checking in. Brooksville, Florida. Welcome. Ooh. Hello, summer.
I might have to swap this one out with my flamingo, since I don't know if my husband would like to see flamingo all year long.
Yeah.
Well, all summer long.
Maybe not. Very nice. What's the time and temperature again?
So we're at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for anywhere between 45 to 55 seconds. So I did it right about 50-second mark.
Nice. Okay, now I think I might have some ideas of what I want to put on a flag here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you care to share, or
No,
you're
because
gonna-
I don't really
you're
know
gonna
if
let
I
me know
want
later?
to. Yeah.
All right, and just so you can kind of see the flamingo design that I did over there, I did it the same way. You print out part of it where it's the text, and then you would just cut around this part, and then you put this part of your design at the bottom, and then cut out this part so that it doesn't print. When I was doing this particular design, I really had to line everything up so that it was I printed it in 3 different sheets, and then I sliced them and cut them and kind of laid it out so that way it would, be all uniform and even.
Mhm. There's a question about when you press it, do you get a line where you cut it because there's a separation, or is there no line?
There's a slight line right here, but if you only know it if you're looking at it, and you can absolutely, fix it by using either a pressing pillow or a perfect pad. We've done that before where I don't have a perfect pad with me here now, but if you were to put your perfect pad underneath your product and have your paper, so let me see if I have, I don't really have anything next to me that would be a perfect pad, but so, all right, have your perfect pad, right? Your perfect pad's this big. Then you put your sublimation item, and then your paper, make it bigger than your paper or bigger than your perfect pad. That will eliminate seeing that line. So when you go to press it, your paper edges would kind of fall over your perfect pad, and it won't leave that definite crease.
Okay.
If you didn't know about a line, so if you were a consumer buying this, you wouldn't see the line. It wouldn't affect you buying it. Do you see the line?
I can't see it.
So to the naked eye, I don't think that somebody would notice that line. I think as, designers and people pressing, you would notice it. And that a way to not have it there is to use that pressing pill or that perfect pad.
Okay. So you don't have to reheat after like 10 seconds or anything?
To reheat? No, This is done. If you wanted to kind of because see there's that little crease there from the heat press, like that, because you can go ahead and put it back down, repress it for a couple seconds just to kind of iron it. I guess if that's the best description for it. To sort of get that little thing to go away, you can absolutely do that. I didn't press it long enough, but that would go away after you kind of did. See this one here, you don't see the line. And this one, you don't see the line either.
Okay, so you kind of treat it like a wrinkle and it'll fall out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's smart. So I hope you guys got some ideas of what you want to press up on these flags here.
Yes.
What is the perfect pad that you were saying that you're talking about?
The perfect pad, it's basically a similar material. Let me just take it's a similar material to your silicone pad. It's just slightly thinner. And it's on our website, they're a gray pad. You can also use a mouse pad. That would be another option for you as well. It is just kind of like a thicker product that would help when you're sublimating. So it's nice and firm. A pressing pillow can also work, but usually pressing pillows they're not quite the right size, or they're too big. You want it so that your paper goes over the pressing pillow, the mouse pad, the perfect pad, whatever it is that you're using. Your paper has to be bigger than that to avoid the line.
Okay. Okay, so that other question about the lines being in it. If you have a single design, which I think your flamingo was, and you have to cut it to press it, over both spots, will you get fading on one side of it?
No, that's what we did here. You won't get any fading. When you repress or when it overlaps, not when it overlaps, but like this. So this one we press hello and up, and then this one we press hello and down. So we repressed hello, and it didn't, it didn't come off on my nonstick. It won't come off on a blowout paper. That's on there. That will stay. So you don't have to worry about when you repress it. You would be fine.
Okay.
And if you had a 16 by 20 heat press, you could do it all at once. You wouldn't need to maneuver this down. But as you can see here, working with a 15 by 15, I'm just slightly off. I probably could have, I could have done it that way. And then I would have gotten it all on one press.
Mm-hmm.
But, depending on your design and what flag you have and what heat press, you might have to just kind of accommodate it and scoot it around a little bit.
Okay. All right. Question. When you do the double-sided flag, does it bleed through at all?
It doesn't bleed through. And the only times that you really see it is when you're in the light, if that makes sense. So, like, when you're on here, the welcome sign, I don't see Hello Summer coming through. If I hold it up to the light or sunlight, I don't know. Can you see it when I hold it up through the light?
No, but if I zoom in, I'm sure I can probably see through it a little bit.
Maybe this side, if you see the welcome part.
Nope, can't see it.
So they're very distinctly their own side. You don't see any kind of elements coming through, but if you hold it up to the light or probably sunlight coming through, you might be able to see it. But usually if you keep in mind for a garden flag, you're putting it on your flagpole and then usually putting it in front of, what are they called? Like in front of your garden, and then you're flipping the sign for the next holiday. So you're using that double-sided, not necessarily to use the same image on both sides. You're most likely doing it for a different image. And then you just turn the flag around for the other image. So your background, basically what I'm saying is you won't have that sun shining through to affect that other print, so you can see it.
Okay. Yes, there are sublimation prints.
Yes, these are all sublimated. They're on text print paper, and then we used our manual heat press here.
Okay. Bay Area checking in. I'm not sure what you mean, Sharon.
And just to kind of point out the flagpole, it does come in the 3 parts. So this top bar, and then this bar, all with just little connector pieces for you to screw in. And then you have these little clips. I'll take one off here so you can see it. But it's just a clip. It wraps around the pole, and then it will clip the garden flag. So that way it doesn't move or kind of blow in the wind or flip back over or anything like that. So it really does keep it pretty set.
Yeah. If you have windy days like we do sometimes, take your flags in the house. Are they machine washable, the flags themselves?
I wouldn't see why not. I haven't washed it. But like any polyester fabric, it's polyester. It's sublimated, so I don't see an issue with throwing it in the wash. It just is kind of
thinner. Yeah,
it's not a soft polyester, but it's durable.
Okay. Oh, does it? Okay, I see what you're saying there. The question was about sublimating, like on a mug. Will the same thing happen, like the blowout or anything, if you double press the mug?
I usually don't double press a mug, but I feel like that's a little bit different of a surface. You probably would experience some fading if you did one side of the mug at one time and then the other side. A mug is a more concentrated heating element, and leaving it for that amount of time could affect the other side. So on a mug, that would have to be some testing to see how much fading and if it's acceptable fading for you, I guess, is probably the best way to determine it.
Okay. Oh yes, so the kit for the flag comes the flag and the pole.
Everything is sold separate. So you'd order either flag, either the single or the double-sided, And then the flagpole is a separate purchase, which is, it'll come just like this for you.
Okay. So that's a double purchase.
Double purchase. 1, 2.
Got it. Now, when you purchase the flag kit, or the flag itself,
Yes.
is it whichever flag you purchase, the single or the double-sided?
Yes. So we have 2 different flags on our website. We have a 1-sided and a 2-sided. So this was the double-sided here. It's skinny and taller slightly. And then this is the single. So if I just want to, I'll just hold it up so you can see the difference.
Oh, the double-sided is just slightly larger.
But wider, not longer.
Yes.
So, or I'm sorry, single-sided, single one is wider. The double-sided is skinnier. Here, I'll do this way because this one's clearly obvious that we didn't press that one today. There we go. Like that. So you can see this little extra.
Gotcha. Yes, you are so welcome. Any other questions? Yep, go ahead. Yep, there he goes.
All right, nothing else? All right, well, thank you all so very much for watching, and we will see you here next week. Bye. Make some garden flags.
Yes, lots of them. Don't forget to post if you make some.
Yes, absolutely. All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.